Shalom, shalom, Israel's brothers, Abba Yahweh coming back at you with another cold cut. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai. It's going to be a cold cut, just going into, dealing with spirits of, recompense, dealing with spirits of trying to get a get back or a vengeance, even though there may have been a trespass against you. How do you, deal with it? Because we go into sometimes, and other brothers and sisters as well, is going to not tale-bearing, not, being deceitful, not defrauding your neighbor, not defrauding your brother or your sister. But how do you deal with that when it happens to you, right? Because a spirit can hop on you just from somebody else showing hatred, somebody else showing emulation, right? Jealousy, envy, etc. But how do you deal with it as an Israelite if your brother or your sister is giving that towards you? Do we get angry? Do we, try to recompense, and do we try to go back 10 times harder to hurt that person that tried to hurt us? What do? Right, what does the Lord say? Let's go to the book of Romans chapter 12. This is the book of Romans chapter 12. And let's start at verse. Let's see what the Lord said. Romans chapter 12. And let's start at verse number 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Yeah, live peace with all men. And this is not just talking about Israelites. Live peaceably as much as being you, even with the other nations that you're surrounded by. I mean, we're a godly and we're a holy people. We know how to do business, and we know how to conduct ourselves as a holy nation, even amongst these wicked nations, man. And we've been doing it all throughout history, right? But chiefly now it's going to get into our brothers and our sisters. Verse 19, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. And this is not talking about your local homeless Edomite at the damn gas station begging for change, or that Ishmaelite, that's got the cardboard sign upside down saying he will work for food. It's not what that's talking about. It's talking about your brother now. It's talking about your sister. If your enemy's gonna hunger, feed him. If he thirsts, give him something to drink. Right? Because you're heaping coals of fire on your enemy's head. Right? You're heaping coals of fire on that brother or that sister's head because you're showing righteous acts towards their wicked acts towards you. And it says, verse 21, be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. And that's our job. We have to overcome evil with good. I mean, there's laws in the scriptures on how we should even deal with our enemy of our own nation. Let's go to the book of Exodus chapter 22. Actually, chapter 23. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 4. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again. So if you see your brother or your sister's ox, and you may not like this particular person, you may have some faults in the past, right? You may have, some disagreements, whatever the case may be. In the ancient world, your enemy, right? If your brother, your sister, y'all may not be seeing eye to eye, but let's say you see that person's ox going astray. You see that person's sheep, falling out by the way. You can't just say, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have him. I can't wait till he looks for his sheep. I hope it's going too. And you turn back and you start gleaning some more grapes. You can't do that. You have to go stop what you're doing, and go get, that brother's ox, his ass, his goat, whatever went astray, and you have to bring it back toward that person. That's love, because you will want that to be done to you. That's why the Lord said in Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17, you will want that to be done to you. All right, it's Leviticus 9. That's your money. That's your food right there. That's how you feed your family. And if that is going astray and your brother is seeing it going astray, hey, that's evil. It's Leviticus 19:17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. So guess what? You can't hate your neighbor to the point where if his food is going astray, he may not be able to eat. He said, that's his problem. He should never have did A, B, and C. You can't do that. You have to recompense evil with good. And that even shows in the law. Exodus 24 and 5. If thou see the ass of him that hateth thee lying under his burden. So if you see the donkey of that man that don't like you lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him, and thou shalt surely help him. Thou shalt not rest in judgment of thy poor in his cause. The Lord said you surely got to help that brother. You have to. It's not a suggestion. It's not a a discussion, the Lord said, thou shalt surely help him. It is what it is. I'm going to Deuteronomy chapter 9. Actually, Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse number, see what I want. So like this, Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 7. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren, so let's say you had an enemy of your own nation, but he started to wax poor. He started to fall on hard times. Is that the time to say, I'm up now? You know, Jake in the world, I'm up now. I got it, right? You start flexing. You got damn money like this, right? Damn, just doing all manner of evil towards your brother, to your sister, right? Trying to, what they say in the word, floss. The Lord said, if you have a poor man of your brethren, let's see what the Lord says. Verse 7, if there be any among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother. So the Lord said, you can't shut your hand from your poor brother. I mean, no, the Lord not dealing with that, right? You can't harden your heart. You can't say, man, they need to get a job. That's what Esau saying in the word. So you got to get a job. Right? And she's probably a crackhead anyway. That's pure evil towards your own people. And it says, verse 8, but thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need, in that which he wanted. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thy eye be evil against thy poor brother, and thou shalt give him naught, and you cry unto the Lord against thee, and it be sent unto thee. Because surely, if you say the year of release is at hand, man, we got one more year to the year of release. He can bear it out. He gonna get all his possessions back anyway, man. Look, let me give him a calendar. He better start counting them days to the year of release. That's evil. The Lord, if he cry unto thee, that's gonna be damn sin unto you, man. It doesn't matter if it's your enemy. Doesn't matter, if you never knew the brother in times past, if he may be a stranger, he may be lame, or he may be the damn son or daughter of a harlot. Don't matter. Israel used to times past, thrust you out the congregation for that. You may fall poor. Nobody wants you to work for them. Guess what? You as that brother, you as that sister, you got to help out. You got to help your nation, man. The Lord said there can't be an evil thought in your wicked heart, right? If that was to occur, because the Lord would just judge you for that. Let me go to Proverbs 16 and 7. At the end of the day, when your works are right before the Most High, the Lord can make you at peace with your enemies. And we know we can bring this precept out for sometimes even the other nations. The Lord will have them entreat us peace for our benefit, but even amongst our own people as well. This Proverbs 16 and 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Right? So if your ways are pleasing Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, that spirit that is sent among you, or among you, or in between that individual, the Lord can make that a spirit of love, a spirit of brotherly love, sisterly love, whatever. But if your ways are pleasing the Most High, the Lord can do that. I mean, look at how Saul was dealing with David and how David dealt with Saul. That's a perfect example how we should deal with our enemies. Let's actually get that. Let's get the book of 1 Samuel. That is a perfect example. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 25. Let's see what David did. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 25. Actually, let's see what we want. 1 Samuel 24. Let's see how King David dealt with his enemies. It's 1 Samuel chapter 24. And we're going to start at verse 12. I'll start at verse 10. Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord have delivered thee today into mine hand in the cave, and some bade me kill thee. So Saul got delivered into the hand of David. Saul was looking to kill David, but got actually delivered into the hand of David. And even some of David's men was like, kill this man. Man, kill this dude. Kill this man that been looking for you. That been trying to kill you, hunt your steps. Everywhere you go, he's trying to destroy you. Kill this man. So some bade David kill him, but what happened? But mine eyes spared thee, And I said, I would not put forth my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. He still had that honor and respect for Saul because he was put in that position by the Most High God. Only the Most High God would take him out. David didn't want to do that because that's humility. Verse 11, moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand, for in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe and killed thee not. Know thou and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in my hand, and I have not sinned against thee, yet thou huntest my soul to take it. The Lord judge between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee, but my hand shall not be upon thee. As saith the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceedeth from the wicked, but my hand shall not be upon thee. After whom is the king of Israel come out? After whom doest thou pursue? After a dead dog? After a flea? The Lord the Lord therefore be my judge, be judge and judge between me and thee, and see and plead my cause, and deliver me out of thine hand. And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept. And he said to David, Thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. And King David did exactly what was written in Romans chapter 12 to do. Reward your enemy good for evil, man. You're going to heap coals of fire upon his head. And guess what? The Lord ultimately had to step in and judge Saul for the wickedness and for the wicked heart that he had towards King David being righteous. I mean, the Lord will do that. The Lord will step in your place and bring down proud princes if you're doing what you're supposed to do. So, handling these different spirits towards you, in these last days, remain righteous. Don't have a blameless name. Let's go to Judith chapter 8. Let's go to Judith. Our foremother Judith is a good example of that, right? This Judith chapter 8. And let's start at verse 7. She was also of a goodly countenance, very beautiful to behold. So this woman, Judith is very beautiful to behold, had a very beautiful countenance. She was always fasting, very diligent, on fire, right? And it says, and her husband Manasseh left her gold and silver and men servants and maid servants and cattle and lands, and she remained upon them. So her husband was very wealthy. Left her man servants, maid servants, right? Slaves. She had lands, not land. She had lands. She was very wealthy. She probably had men, of high rank and order trying to get with her. Men, trying to, her husband's dead. So she's free game to these men, right? She probably had sisters that was envious. They didn't want to deal with her, looking at her a certain way, trying to conjure up schemes on trying to tarnish her name. But what it say in verse 8? And there was none that gave her an ill word, for she feared God greatly. The Most High protected her from all of that. You know how our people get, man. They see a person in a certain position or moving in a certain spirit, and demons start to come out. But hey, she didn't give them no room or passage to say anything bad about her, right? Because she knew how to deal with those spirits towards her. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. Actually, let me go to Romans 15. Let me get one more real quick, because these scriptures are written for our learning. It's Romans chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse number 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So, understand how to deal with the enemies of our own nation, deal with, with people that have hands, against us, that may look like us. Israel go hard to destroy Israel sometimes. Even in this truth, we got to know how to deal with that in a righteous manner, so the Most High doesn't, take us up out of here, but we can be an example of how to move in these last days. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai, and bid it mighty strong. Shalom.